They are tortured, held in shipping containers, military and underground prisons, often without being charged or given a trial. Some have even died as a result. These are some of the brutal tactics of the repressive dictatorship in the small but beautiful East African nation of Eritrea, located to the north of Ethiopia on the Red Sea. President Isaias Afwerki and his regime are determined to eradicate evangelical Christianity from the country.
They didn't even allow us to speak to each other, even just two believers, because they knew we would share the word of God, and they didn't want it to spread around the country. One of the things the government accuses the evangelical believers in Eritrea is that they are working with the Americans and the CIA so they can overthrow the government, which is not true at all. Some people might have believed those accusations, but after all this time, most would see this just isn't true.
In May of 2002, when the government authorities closed the evangelical churches, there were rumors that some in the leadership in the Orthodox Church were in agreement and were pushing for that to happen.
They felt threatened because there were those in the Orthodox Church that were converting to evangelical Christianity, and they had fear. But that changed after the government started to use torture and beatings on the believers.
The Eritrean government recognizes only 4 religious communities: the Orthodox Church of Eritrea, Sunni Islam, the Roman Catholic Church, and the Lutheran Church of Eritrea. After the closing of their churches, many Eritrean believers continued to meet in small groups all over the country. But when the government realized what they were doing, they began arresting them, and still to this day are denying it is for religious reasons. They specifically target the pastors and leaders of the evangelical churches, many of whom have spent years in prison away from their families, like these 2 Christian leaders, Pastor Haile Naisky and Dr. Kiflu Gebremeskel, who were arrested for their Christian activities in 2004. Tens of thousands of Eritrean evangelicals have fled the country and have ended up in other East African nations like Sudan, Uganda, Kenya, or this refugee camp in northern Ethiopia.